Hey everybody, welcome back to another live stream edition of A Week in Geekdom. I hope everybody is doing well. This is completely improvised and literally I came up with the idea 12 hours ago. I wanted to make a video yesterday talking about the Seven Seas No Panel, No Problem event. They were gracious enough to send me the solicits of all the stuff that they were licensing, the press releases and all that stuff. And instead of posting it on social media, I was retweeting it, of course, on my Twitter, but I decided to get everything on one little bundle and make a video about it. So yeah, I completely understand that nobody's going to tune in live, but you're watching the replay, which is all that matters. And I do have a couple pictures here that I want to show you guys with all the information about these titles. So thank you again for being a part of A Week in Geekdom. If this is your first time discovering this channel, welcome as well. Thank you so much for joining. I do content similar to this, but mostly focus on manga, comics, and anime reviews. So I'm very happy that you could be here with me on this video. So let's get started. I want to highlight the images. As you can see, hey Travis, thank you for joining, man. I really appreciate it. This was completely improvised. So I'm lucky if even one person joins the stream, which is awesome. But thank you, man. No Panel, No Problem event. This was held virtually from July 1st to today, July 3rd. And they were just basically doing their what would have been like I assume Anime Expo announcements and panels and all that stuff, and they were going to go over all the books that they recently acquired. So since that is not happening because of pandemic issues and the cancellation of the event, here we are with No Panel, No Problem, and their digital announcements. So here we go with the first batch. Let's see right here. All right. So the first title that was announced, Seven Seas is announcing a White Rose in Bloom. Let me show you the cover image right here. Let me check to see if, yeah, you can see it. I don't want to be, because I did a stream on the Omnibus Collectors Network. That got taken down because of the images. Hopefully that's not the case here. Let's see. Hopefully it works. But that is the first one that they were announcing. The title is White Rose in Bloom, a Yuri manga series. Ruby is a student at an elite European boarding school. Things are going pretty well for her until she finds out that she won't be able to go home at Christmas. Instead, she'll be stuck at school with only one other student, the aloof and beautiful Steph, for company. As Ruby tries to understand Steph, she becomes more and more interested in the other girl. But can she break through Steph's icy exterior? This manga is coming out January 2021 at retail price of $12.99, which is pretty interesting. I've been reviewing a lot of romance and Yuri manga, so I might check it out because why the heck not? Sounds pretty interesting. So that is a White Rose in Bloom from Asumiko Nakamura. And here's my boy, my brother from another mother, Sequential Consequence. Please go check out his channel because he's my bro and he does awesome videos and deserves just as many subs and many views as the rest of them. So yeah, thank you for joining, man. This is, can I highlight? Yeah, let's do this instead. You can see the image a little bit bigger now. So here is the White Rose in Bloom from Asumiko Nakamura. Next up, I thought this was an isekai, but it's not. Let me tell you why. This is Muscles Are Better Than Magic. They're licensing the manga and the light novel series. But we're just going to focus on the manga because that's the focus of this channel, manga, anime, comics. For 10 years, Yuri has lived alone in the forest, training his muscles day and night to hone his body into the ultimate fighting machine. But when the beautiful elf Fila Fila stumbles upon his home. She begs him to help her escape the forest. There's just one problem. Yuri's never left the woods, and besides, this odd couple can't seem to agree on anything. It's the beginning of a wacky journey through strange lands and stranger adventures. This is originally it was a light novel, then it got made into a manga, so we're getting both. But on this case, we're getting the manga. Let's see, Seven Seas will publish the series manga for the first time in North America, April of 2021 at retail price of $12.99. So I thought it was going to be an isekai because when you look at that image, when you look at that cover for the manga, how can it not be an isekai series, another worldly series about this buff dude joining this medieval fantasy world, I guess, with elf girls and helping out to save the world, maybe? But no, it's a regular fantasy series. He just happens to be a fan of working out and being buff. I don't know. So that is also coming out. Muscles are better than magic. Some would agree. Let's move on to the next one. I do notice that some people are tuning into the chat. That's awesome. The next one, let me show you the cover image right here. The name is Rosie in the Labyrinth. Sorry about that. Rosie in the Labyrinth is a manga about a labyrinth world made of endless alleys. Transformed humans fill the quaint stone streets and magical shops. Rosie is a young girl in this surreal and beautiful place, guided by kind supernatural men who strive to protect her from the dangers that lurk in her dazzling surroundings. An adventure full of wonder and intrigue is about to begin. This is the first time that it is being published. Rosie in the Labyrinth will be available January 2021 at retail price of $12.99 for the folks at Seven Seas Entertainment. Again, thank you for making this video possible. So here is the cover for it. Looks somewhat interesting. I have to be frank, the little doll is kind of creeping me out, but I'm willing to give any series a shot. The premise sounds kind of intriguing. Sequential comics, yeah. This is true. Screw the magic. I have muscles. Hey Tyler, Jesse, Hayden, all wonderful people. You guys are awesome. God bless. So yeah, Rosie in the Labyrinth. That is interesting. Next up, we've got Failure Frame. By the way, I neglected to tell you guys that Rosie in the Labyrinth is written by Totsuki Shija, a lavishly illustrated manga in which a young girl guided by handsome monster boys explore a mysterious maze of alleyways. So it could be similar. I'm not saying it's similar, but it gives off vibes like the type of manga about like Ancient Magus Bride, where it takes modern things and mixes it up with magical stuff. Could go that route, it seems. I don't know, but it is written by Totsuki Shija. And I forgot to mention that Muscles Are Better Than Magic is written by Doraneko Rilusi and Koji Onodera. I'm terrible with names today. Okay. The other one was Failure Frame. This is another manga and light novel series that's coming out. Of course, they're going to release both, but we're just focusing on the manga. Failure Frame, I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. Okay, it's a very long name, but I'm very happy that they just framed it Failure Frame. That's a lot easier to talk about. Failure Frame is done by Kaoru Shinozaki, KWKM, Uchiuchi Kayaki, and Sho Uyoshi. I'm really happy that I got it in one go. A fantasy light novel and manga series about revenge in another world with an abnormal twist. Toka Mimori and his classmates are abruptly catapulted in a fantasy world, summoned by the resident goddess to serve as heroes. The good news, most of the students display amazing skills upon arrival. The bad, Mimori is the worst of the lot, bottoming out a measly E rank. Incensed, the goddess tosses him into got it. God tosses him into a dungeon to die. But it turns out that Mimori's skills aren't so much worthless as they are abnormal. Abnormally powerful, perhaps. Okay, so yeah, this is more isekai standard. This manga, Failure Frame, I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells, will come out April 2021 at retail price of $12.99. Again, that's sort of the standard for 7C's manga, but I just wanted to highlight it just in case you're tuning in and aren't used to the prices with manga. So that is Failure Frame. Here's the cover image, which I do like. I like how sketchy and the spells are kind of broken down. Reminds me of like the snap effect from the Avengers movies, you know, dust particles and stuff. I don't know. It's intriguing enough. Kind of want to check it out. I'm typically a sucker for isekai stuff, so I might read it. That is Failure Frame. Tyler, I would end up saying Fatal Frame every time. The reason I stopped earlier was because I was gonna mispronounce the name, but yeah, I know what you mean. So Failure Frame is coming out, and next up we've got Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. This is another Yuri manga series from Shio Usui, a Yuri romance for the modern career woman. Uno Hinako throws herself into makeup, fashion, and falling in love, hoping that will make her seem normal to the other people at her job. But no matter how hard she tries, she's a self-doubting mess inside, and her attempts at normal romance with men just keep failing. When she starts to think she might be alone forever, a new normal presents itself in the form of her relationship with Sato Asahi, a level-headed woman who works at her company, which starts as respect until it becomes far more intimate. This is coming out February 2021, so I think it will make a fantastic Valentine's Day read for that month. It is coming out at $13.99 retail price. Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. Two things. One, I'm a sucker for drama and sappy romance. I love that stuff, along with slice of life. And if you combine all that stuff into one manga, I'm game. It doesn't matter what the series is. I kind of want to check it out. Two, Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. This series better have donuts, because then it will be false advertising. Just saying. So I'm interested to see how the donut fits into the whole romance thing. Maybe they meet at a donut shop. I don't know. So here we have Donuts Under a Crescent Moon from 7C's. Next up, this is pretty interesting. At first I was like, really? But then the more I read about it, I'm like, okay, I could get behind this. As you can see, the cover image is a parody of the Delicious in Dungeon. It straight up looks like Delicious in Dungeon, which I went, wait a minute, what? Delicious, isn't that already out? But no, this is another series called License of Dungeon Toilet, right? Yeah. 7C's is relieved to announce the license acquisition of Dungeon Toilet by Roots, a hilarious manga that's #1 in flushing out the humor of fantasy bathrooms. If you like toilet humor and silly comedy, this might be the manga for you. People are often reincarnated into fantasy worlds to answer a higher calling. In this case, that means a quest to find the perfect toilet. Behold, as dragon scales are converted into toilet seats and slimes are used as moist wipes in this unique adventure about heroes who truly give a crap. I mean, freaking bravo. I love that description. It's so silly. And this is coming out in April, which makes a great gag gift. If you have somebody that wants to read comedy manga, this might be up their alley. Retail price is $12.99. Here's the cover image. As you can see at the bottom of the background of the image is a parody of Rimuru from that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I have the little figurine statue here, so you can see that it is based off of him with the blue hair and everything. So that's pretty interesting. I was not expecting that. And the thing is, that is pretty creative that you're able to take isekai elements, fantasy elements, and mix them with comedy. Taking established mythos about dragon scales and how low level the slime is on the JRPG world and all that stuff. And poor slimes. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Rimuru, so it's just a slap in the face that they're literally being used for wiping bottoms. That is somewhat upsetting. But I guess that what happens when you're a slime. So Dungeon Toilet by Roots is coming out in April. Next up, we've got this, which is the highlight. I would have left it to the end, but a lot of people are excited about it. And me too, because why the hell not? Kyu Hayashida, broke into the scene with Dorohedoro, and her new work, Die Dark, it looks really cool and impressive. I haven't read it myself. I haven't started or anything. So I'm very excited that this is getting a release so I can pick up those volumes. Easy blind buy, just on her track record alone. Here's that wonderful, spooky, beautiful, and grotesque image, and I love it. I love that art style so much. So what is Die Dark about? Seven Seas Entertainment is thrilled to announce the license acquisition of Die Dark by Kyu Hayashida, a wildly creative new manga from the creator of Dorohedoro, in which necromancy, space action, and dark humor collide. Saha Zanko's body has great and terrible powers. They say that possessing his bones will grant you any wish, even the desire to become ruler of the universe. But Sanko is still a teenage dude with his own life, and he isn't about to let every monstrous lowlife in the galaxy rip him limb from limb. He and his skeletal buddy, Ava Kian, will use I think I butchered that, will use their dark powers to fend off any murder attempts while they search space for whomever put this curse on Sanko's bones, because killing them might end the madness. Don't miss this hilariously twisted, gruesome new series. Yeah. So Volume 1 will be released on April 2021 at retail price of $12.99. Die Dark. I know a lot of people are so excited about this, myself included, just on the creator alone. I love Dorohedoro, and I cannot wait to start reading this new series. It seems that the author has a love for curses, because Haman in Dorohedoro is cursed with the lizard head, and now this guy is cursed too. So I'm seeing the running themes here. Pretty interesting. So yeah, plus that cover image is pretty badass. I know my friends in the chat were wondering if this would get the deluxe edition treatment. I hope it does. Seven Seas does put out deluxe edition mangas, which are the same size as the Viz signatures. So hopefully it does get that treatment, because it really deserves it. A smaller one like Ancient Magus Bride, which is really tiny compared to the regular mangas from like Shonen Jump, etc., wouldn't really do it justice on her artwork. It's that special, in my honest opinion, that I think it needs the bigger format. So, Die Dark, everybody. Moving on, here's a title that surprised me. I didn't know much about it, but it sounds pretty interesting. Here's the cover image, which doesn't tell you much, but the story really intrigued me. This is Berserk of Gluttony. This is my first time hearing about this title, and I think it sounds really badass. Seven Seas Entertainment is excited to announce the license acquisition of Berserk of Gluttony by Ishiki Ichika, Fame, and Daisuke Takino, a dark fantasy light novel and manga series in which a frail young man's terrifying magic could lead him to ultimate power. Fate Barbatos has never tasted real power. Born with the magical skill gluttony, he constantly hungers in a way that he can't be satiated, and has been shunned and looked down upon his entire life. One day, while working as a gatekeeper for a noble family and fighting a trespassing thief, he discovers gluttony's true power. When he kills someone, he devours their skill and feeds his gnawing hunger at last. In that grisly realization, Fate is awakened to his true potential. How many lives will he feed on to satisfy his hunger? And is the world ready for the frightening warrior he'll become? This title is coming out January 2021 and is retail price 13. There we go. Sorry about that little technical hiccup. I was just saying, Seven Seas will publish the light novel and the manga for the first time. The manga is $12.99 and the light novel will be $13.99. So apologies on that. That is Berserk of Gluttony. I don't know about you guys, but it sounds twisted, dark, and demented. I really want to check it out. There's something about it that reminds me of stuff we've seen before from dark fantasy manga, but obviously it reminded me of the Fate series for some reason. I don't know. I really do want to check it out. That is Berserk of Gluttony. And next up, we've got something pretty cool that a lot of people have been waiting for. This was an anime or a light novel first, and then it got the manga treatment, if I remember correctly. It is Ride Your Wave. I want to see that movie. I need to see that movie. Looks pretty cool. Seven Seas is delighted to announce the license acquisition of both the novel version and the manga spin-off. Manga spin-off of Ride Your Wave by Masaki Yuasa, Reiko Yoshida, and Machi Kiai. Books from the acclaimed anime film about summer love and grief, touched by a hint of magic. New college student Hinako, who moved to a small seaside town to surf and have fun, finds herself falling in love with firefighter Minato after he saves her from a fire. Their young romance comes to an abrupt end when Minato drowns. But in her grief, Hinako discovers that singing a song they used to perform as a duet summons Minato into the nearest body of water, be it a puddle, glass, or bathtub. Will Hinako be able to reach Minato again? Originally released as an anime movie by visionary director Masaki Yuasa, which ran in North American theaters, I remember that, in early 2020, these books are the perfect companions to the film, coming out on Blu-ray August 4th from Shout Factory. So yeah, anime came first. Now you have a novel and manga. The light novel will come out in February 21 at $13.99, and you can get the manga adaptation, I guess, in one single volume, May 2021 for $12.99. That is Ride Your Wave. The animation on the film, by the way, looks freaking amazing. I can't wait to watch that movie. I really need to own it. Yeah, Tyler says, I've always been fascinated with stories that revolve around water. Tyler, have you seen Weathering with You? Because, yeah, that is a must-watch movie if you're making this comment. And Ponyo, yeah, you've seen Ponyo. But instantly it comes to mind to check out Weathering with You and Children of the Sea. There you go. So I do want to check it out. It sounds sad and beautiful at the same time. So I'm interested. That is Ride Your Wave. Next up, this is a comedy series, and I'm just going to show you the image right away because I thought, what the heck is going on? All right. Good. Yeah. So Hunks and Skirts are here to school manga in Seven Seas license of Reiwa Hanamura Gakuen manga series. The Hunks at Hanamura Academy are putting the boot and booty, can't forget about that, to expectations. Instead of wearing blazers, these studs are obsessed with the length of their skirts and the size of their chest as they try to navigate high school. This high-energy comedy takes being cute and being cut to a whole new level. God bless. That actually sounds hilarious, and I hope it does get an anime adaptation because it seems like a series that would be really funny if right. So I'm interested to see how the first volume plays out. This is coming out April 2021 for $12.99. I love that. Yeah, screw the norms of society. Wear what you want to wear, baby. I'm interested. Hell yeah. The title is again Reiwa Hanamura Gakuen. I hope I said that right. I'm pretty sure it's going to have an English translation when it comes out. That's usually the case with manga like this. And finally, the last announcement that I have for you guys tonight is the Demon Girl Next Door. This looks really cute. Out of all the titles I talked tonight, this one visually appealed to me a whole lot because I like big, bold, bright, beautiful colors. That's my aesthetic. When it's stuff like this, I can get behind. Even though I like the dark fantasy and like gruesome stuff and whatever, I usually tend to lean more towards stuff like this because that's who I am. I like the bright and wholesomeness. So, what the hell is the Demon Girl Next Door? Seven Seas Entertainment is thrilled to announce the license acquisition of Demon Girl Next Door by Izumo Ito, one of the top requested series in the Seven Seas reader surveys. This hilarious manga about a weak demon girl and her powerful magic girl rival inspired the anime now available from Sentai Filmworks. Yoshida Yuko was living a perfectly normal, if poverty-stricken life, but at the age of 15, she suddenly sprouts demon horns and a tail. Her mother explains that she's actually a demon named Shadow Mistress Yuko, once sealed away and cursed so that her family would remain poor for generations. Yuko, if she defeats Chiyoda Momo, a magical girl who goes to her school. But Momo is stronger than she is, knows how to manage magical powers, and is so freaking nice that she's actually helping Yuko out of scrapes. Yuko's too weak and uncoordinated to straight up kill Momo. That escalated quickly, even if she wanted to. But she can't just be buddies with this generous magical girl. Either she has to break the curse on her family somehow. Wait, I said that wrong. Either she has to break the curse on her family somehow. What's a demon girl to do? Interesting. Okay. I like the dynamic of the two girls, and they're predestined to do something in particular, and they're going against that stuff. And a friendship is going to be born out of this. It seems. Seven Seas will publish the manga for the first time. Volume 1 will be released in January 2021 at retail price of $14.99. So a lot of these titles are coming out in January, February, and April and May. So that's that, everybody. Yeah, The Demon Girl Next Door. I didn't know it was an anime. I just found out while I was reading it with you guys. I haven't read these titles before. This is my first time checking out the descriptions for them, so I apologize for the little errors on my narration. So out of all the titles announced, I'm going to go over them briefly. This I do want to check out. Actually, I want to check out because the more manga I read, the better for the channel, honestly, if we're being honest, between the two of us watching. This is Reiwa Hanamura Gakuen. Here we have Ride Your Wave coming out, which, of course, Die Dark, which a lot of people are really excited about. This is going to be a fan favorite next year. The gag manga Dungeon Toilet, right there. This was the Donuts one. Yeah, Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. Here we have Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. The creepy Rosian Labyrinth doll manga. Look at those eyes. Okay, wow. Creepy. Muscles Are Better Than Magic. I do want to check this out. This seems pretty funny. And the first one we started out with, A White Rose in Bloom. So that is that, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. No panel, no problems. Thank you to the folks at 7Seas Entertainment for making this video possible. If they hadn't sent all the press releases my way, I could have done this video. So thank you so much. So with that portion out of the way, let's take a few more minutes, 5 or 10 more minutes with anybody that's still around. So I can let me do this thing, and you can see my face a little bit more. Let's look at the chat real quick. Wow, I neglected this message. I'm sorry, Jesse. Just finished the second One Piece box set. That's awesome, man. With One Piece, I know what happens up to Enies Lobby. I think that's the arc with Nico Robin. But with the manga, I'm still stuck at Skypiea, and I completely forgot to keep reading. And I even have my own bookmark that I use for comics and manga. It's still in there for One Piece, because I look at it and I keep thinking, I want to go back to One Piece. And I keep forgetting, because there's so much stuff out there. I'm doing videos on anime, I'm doing videos on manga, I'm doing videos on graphic novels, comics, and all that stuff. So it's a lot to handle. But I will try and catch up, because I really do. I have a ton of One Piece books here, and I want to read those volumes. Jesus. So, yeah. Hayden came in, don't know what's happening, but Geo's live, so I'm here for it. Thank you, man. That means a lot. Oh, this was Nelson's comment on the art. It's on the muscles. Yeah. I won't be picking up that Labyrinth one. Not a fan of creepy dolls. Nope. I'll check it out, but yeah, I agree. It's extremely creepy, especially the eyes. Yeah, Riley definitely needs the dungeon toilet. Please, if you see him on a live stream, tell him you need to pick up dungeon toilet. Geo said you should pick it up. Just tell him that. Let's see. Yeah. Tyler, Ride Your Wave, Die Dark, Dungeon Toilet, I'm looking forward to the most. Those are the standouts for sure. Definitely getting Die Dark. We'll look into Toilet Dungeon and Buff Dudes in Skirts, and maybe get them if they're funny. Hell yeah, man. What was the last one called that you went over with the Demon Girl? That was... Let's go real quick here. Oh, wow. You guys can't see this. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There we go. 7Seas delivers magic to the fans with license of the Demon Girl Next Door manga series. There you go. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Kind of leave that on because it's cute. That on there. Tyler, currently rereading Dragon Ball and Fullmetal Alchemist with the hardcovers, and just picked up Berserk Deluxe Edition Volume 1. So today, so I'll probably binge that tonight. Hell yeah, brother. I recently bought at IST, which is the cheapest way to get those Berserk Deluxe Editions. They come out for like $28.99. Plus I had the 2% discount from the week prior. So I got it at I think it was $31 or something with shipping. Yeah, $32, which is great because the retail's $50, and Right Stuff Anime charges you, I think, $37. Plus, if you don't go, you're not going to do the free shipping thing. It's going to be 40 something bucks. So no. Plus, Amazon had it for more as well. In stock trades for sure is the best place to get the Berserk Deluxe editions, which you can't really see because of the shadows here, but over there. I'm shocked with the IST price. Yeah, man. I mean, I didn't order it from Right Stuff, which is my go-to place for anime and manga because of in-stock trades. My July order is completely separate, and I ordered Berserk from IST. Dark Horse manga is always better to get at IST, definitely. I love that it falls under Dark Horse and not like Viz Media, which is just purely anime and manga. Dark Horse is comics, graphic novels, and manga. So I like that you can have that option. So if you guys got any questions for me, whether this is or I'm here for a couple more minutes with you guys, maybe 5 or 10 more minutes. But I do want to highlight some stuff I got. I am going to do a haul video. However, a few times, so it's super late when I do it. Probably next week or the week after. I'm gonna do Summer Haul Part 1, and then at the end of July into August, I'll do Summer Haul Part 2. But I do want to show you what I've got here. You've probably seen this if you follow me on where am I on the Omnibus Collectors Network. If you've seen the videos there, I've talked about this for an astounding price. If you can believe it or not, although I do have my theories because it's Funimation, but I got for $15. Here is Season 1, Part 1. There's a spine of Fire Force on Blu-ray, sealed, brand new, all that fun stuff. I gave away the digital code to a good friend, so I apologize that I'm not going to be able to give it out tonight. But usually I like to give out codes on the YouTubes when I do the haul videos. So there's Fire Force, which looks really cool. I like to do reversible covers, and as you can see here, I did that as well with the Blu-ray. Season 2 started today as of this video, so I'm definitely going to be tuning in again to watch Season 2. Of how glossy and the second set will have the collector's edition, the big chipboard box and an art book and some extra goodies. I just want it for the art book and the box set itself because I like the story and I'm a huge fan of David Production. That's why I'm doing that. Next up, here we have Tokyo Godfathers from Satoshi Kon. I gave away my DVD version so I could upgrade to the Blu-ray. And I'm very happy about it because this is one of my all-time favorite movies, regardless of its anime. I love it. And these are regular Blu-ray, so it doesn't qualify for anime. So I got that. And manga-wise, I did get Ran and the Grey World Volume 7. This is the final volume of that series. It's also right there. Final volume from Viz. So, yeah. Yeah, or some spin-off label from manga. I still need to watch that. Yeah. So I can finally go ahead and finish off the series because I started reading it and I was going to make like a review for 3 volumes, like first impressions, but I don't want to do that. I wanted to wait until I got the 7th volume, finish off the series, then come back and do a review on it. I don't know if this a spoiler. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I'll show you anyways because I like the art. It's extremely pretty and awesome. I don't know if you can see it, but there's something very magical about it. And there's a page I want to show you. Is it here? Give me a second, guys. This is the most enthralling episode of A Week in Geekdom while I look at a manga and you guys are wondering, what the heck is he up to? Oh, all right, I like this. All right, so you see her as a child, or her true self, because she's a child. She puts on the magic sneakers, she turns into an adult. But the art in this thing is gorgeous. I love it so much. Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to reviewing this for you guys from Aki Idie, Ran and the Grey World. So I am missing a ton of uh, packages from in-stock trades and Right Stuff, which include more anime, more manga. So that's why I want to hold off on doing the haul video. Looking forward to that review. Thank you, man. I hope I am fast enough to do a video on it without you guys having to wait a couple hundred years for that. Let me put this image on because I like it a lot. It's kind of dark and grim. Definitely, man. They ran really captivated me with Volume 1 and how pretty everything is. And the story, it has some things that a lot of people were like, what? But I can look past it and enjoy the story. But I'll get into that eventually with the review. I'll talk about it. Tyler, my buddy let me borrow an anime called Paprika. I'm going to probably watch that sometime. Anyone seen it and is it any good? Brother, it is amazing. One of the best anime motion pictures, in my honest opinion. Paprika is astounding. You won't get it at first, or maybe you will. Maybe it's me that I'm dumb. You won't get it at first, but with multiple viewings, you're just going to start peeling off layers of that film and getting more and more out of it, and really enjoying the story. And if you enjoyed movies like Inception from Nolan, you're going to find a lot of concepts here that this came first. You're going to find a lot of concepts here that will remind you of that movie. But in my opinion, with it being a drawn medium, animation, so well to the exploration of dreams, all that stuff. I don't even want to spoil it for you. Watch it, and if you can come back to this episode later on and let me know in the comment section what you thought of it, because eventually I do want to review favorite anime movies and all that stuff. There's a ton of ideas I have for this channel. I just need to get around and start watching and reading nonstop so I can start filming these things. But Paprika is one of my all-time favorite anime movies. It is fantastic. Anything from Satoshi Kon, I highly recommend, which I am so happy that I have almost everything on Blu-ray. Perfect Blue, probably his most famous work that everybody knows. Perfect Blue, one of my personal all-time favorite films, Millennium Actress. Here we have Paprika, of course, and Tokyo Godfathers, all from Satoshi Kon. The only thing I'm missing is the Dreams, the short anime. What do you call it? Short. And I'll show you this, but whatever. This is a bootleg copy that gift me because for I want to say 15 years ago, which is insane because it reminds me that I'm old. But this was out from Geekdom back in the day, and Geekdom went under, and they got the DVDs were 3 volumes, and they were extremely rare and pricey, and I never got them. And this friend gifted me the bootleg, which is just everything on one disc, right? 2 discs. Yeah. But I think that's everything that I need from Kon when it comes to animation. Right there. This is top tier material. If you can watch all this, Paranoia Agent being a TV series, but if you can watch these movies, Tokyo Godfathers, Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, and Paprika, you're good, man. You're gonna have a fun time. They can be dark, scary, and profound, and awesome at the same time. So yeah, don't get discouraged if they suddenly go into some dark territory, especially with Perfect Blue. But they're great films and really does highlight why this form of anime is so beloved and my favorite, because a lot of people like action movies, a lot of people like sci-fi, whatever. My preferred movie and TV format is animation, and these are just stellar works of art, in my opinion. But when it comes to Satoshi Kon, man, he was just a genius and gone way too freaking soon. Boy, I'm super excited now, man. I can't wait for you to watch. I really do need to start doing my rewatch on Satoshi Kon stuff. I do need to get his manga work and the shorts, which are coming out. They're called Dreams. Let me check. Dreams Satoshi Kon. Is it called Dreams, or am I making them up? No, I'm making it up. It's Satoshi Kon short film. The thing is called Ohio is the short film that I'm thinking of, but that was released on YouTube, which you can watch. It's like 5 minutes or 3 minutes. The one I'm talking about is looking on Wikipedia, if anybody's curious what the hell I'm doing. Writer. Perfect Blue. He worked on Pet Labor 2, Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Memories, not Dreams. So Memories is an anthology film, and he worked on one of the short films out of the three. That is being released on Blu-ray for the first time from Sentai. It's Discotech Media, if I remember correctly. They're putting out Memories, which will be the final piece to the puzzle when it comes to anime for Satoshi Kon, and I'm really excited about that. Also, Funimation has the license for Paranoia Agent. They're airing it on Adult Swim. I'm very hopeful that they'll do a box set for Paranoia Agent, all 12 episodes, so we can finally own it legally. I can dump this bootleg copy. But Paranoia Agent is fantastic. Opus is incredible. Dream Fossil kind of lost me. I need to read them. I have not read them, and yeah, I've heard the same from a lot of people. I do want to check out Opus specifically. Hayden, sorry I haven't been active. Don't worry about it, man. In the chat tonight, been trying to note down all the stuff that sounds good. Yeah, a lot of people just throwing it out there. I'm typically not one to be easily offended when I'm watching stuff, but there's some very dark things that happen in this, which involve stalking and violence and all that stuff. But psychological thrillers, just how one can be, do give out there. Things of me being on the Omnibus Collectors Network and on YouTube is that I've learned to give warnings, because I was used to just saying like, oh, go check this out. Oh, go check this out. And I kind of learned through my fellow bros and sis on this network, on Omnibus Collectors Network, that not everybody's the same. So I did want to make that little PSA about Perfect Blue. But it's fantastic. It's a deep exploration of the dangers of stalking and cyber fandom, and the fandom itself, and the obsessive cult that produces when it comes to idols and all that stuff. So it is very, very relatable. Even though we don't have the idol culture in America, we still do have the cult of the celebrities and how people obsess over famous people. Meanwhile, Tokyo Godfathers is extremely wholesome and one of the best Christmas movies you will ever find, with a deep, powerful message. Millennium Actress brought me to tears. I am proud to admit that. This movie just broke me down, and it has a wonderful sense of nostalgia that when I watched it, I felt her journey, and I kept thinking that I was missing something in my life. And when the final moments of the film appear, it's just a gut punch to the feels, man. I loved it. Paprika, like I said, psychological mind bender with the exploring the themes of our dreams and all that stuff. They're trying to catch the bad guy who is in people's dreams, so you can see the similarities with Inception. But I would also compare this to was it The Cube or The Cell, the Jennifer Lopez thriller movie? It has elements of that in here as well. So I'm very interested about it in recommending it. And Paranoia Agent, of course, the dangers of a society and paranoia. And I believe this was the start of social media and computers and all that stuff. So a lot of people were posting on forums in the story about the golden slugger. Golden Slugger was the name? What was the name of the kid? Little Slugger. Of Little Slugger, and how it snowballs into something grander. And Khan taps into that mass media mentality where people create something and the idea becomes bigger and scarier than the original element. And man, the dude was just a genius. Oh, thank you, Philip. The Cell, yeah. So I always, back in the day, I always said, oh, Paprika's like Inception and The Cell, but in anime form. It's something like that. Now, what the heck is the Cube? EQ, if you can tell me what the cube is, because I don't know why I thought about that. Maybe because the cell reminded me of a cube. Ooh, yeah, yeah. There we go. Lost there for a minute. I forgot that I don't. But this is 7 C's cross with other companies. Really excited about that. Awesome. Tyler, thank you for joining, man. Great show tonight, and thanks for the recommendations. Thank you for tuning in. That really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, buddy. So with that, I'm going to take off because it was only supposed to be 30 minutes. I just wanted to make a quick video and show you all the fun images and geek out about all the announcements, and a big, massive shout out to the folks at 7 Seas Entertainment for making this video possible. They were gracious enough, again, like I mentioned earlier, to send me all this info for you guys. And I was happy to do a video on it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You guys are pretty freaking fantastic. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being a part of A Week in Geekdom. It truly does mean the world to me. Of course, if you can subscribe, share this video, like it, comment in the section down below if you were not part of the live conversation. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you once again. You can also follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm usually posting random kooky stuff over there, and you can chat with me. And what else? Oh, merch. I finally have a merch store. So you can check out the link, should be in the description after I finish this video, on the main page of my YouTube, the little icon tabs. I have a merch link where you can buy shirts, which I am designing. There's only one upload so far, but I'm working on making more different shirts and stuff. So thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Thank you for tuning in and the support. God bless. I wish you all nothing but the very best. I will catch up with you on our next stream, which would be, I'm seriously coming up with this at the top of my head, next week, July 10th, I think, when I'll be talking Fables Oversized Hardcover Volume 3 for Fable Fridays. See how everything wraps up together? That's perfect. I love it. So yeah, keep watching my videos. I will be posting next week more videos, and next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If everything goes right, we will be back live to talk about Fable Fridays, Fables Oversized Hardcover Volume 3. So I will catch you on the next video.